Stream there. Put my countdown. All right, boys. We are back.
Yeah.
We are back from a little hiatus, right? A little couple weeks.
That was a nice little break.
Yes. I mean, I don't know if we call it a break, but we did have a lot of stuff going on.
Yes.
First and foremost, thank you guys for tuning in, each and every one of you. We good? Sounds good? Perfect. Like I said before, thank you guys for tuning in each and every week. It's pretty cool, dude. Like, honestly, the DMs that we got and the stuff that we received while we were dark was pretty cool.
Yep.
So shout out to all you guys that sent us a DM asking where's the show at, when's it gonna go. And those are guys that are sharing it every single week, man. Guys that I haven't met yet, Northern California guys, the Sacramento, a couple of car clubs up there have been sharing it weekly. Just say thank you, because I mean, we wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for what you guys do to help us fuel the fire, man. It's a lot of work to squeeze this in a normal work day and still get our work done and stay late and so forth. But man, I just say thanks. I wanted to open the show with a big thank you, because again, you give a lot of time. Jesse gives a lot of time to make it all the fun seem like it's fun all the time for work, but appreciate it.
Just a reminder, we got those 3 episodes we're loading tomorrow, right?
Yes. So those are guys have been asking, especially guys like Andy Kimball. We are loading 3 new episodes of the show on iTunes tomorrow. So hang out for that. They'll be submitted. Usually takes anywhere from 15 minutes to 4 days. You never
they'll be ready by the end of the day tomorrow.
But they'll be ready to rock and roll. Darren Zumston, thanks for checking in. Moses from Mexico and Peru checking in. Thank you so much. Lucas, what's happening? I cannot wait for King of the Hammers to race you. It is like that. It's like that building, dude. I cannot wait. So, dude, let's take care of some stuff. We got some really cool people with us today, and we're going to have a blast talking about racing stories from days ago and old, south of the border, all the cool stuff. But I really wanted to spend a few minutes just kind of catching up, bringing you guys up to speed on some of the stuff that we were doing. We were dark 2 weeks ago, right, for the Snore final. So
are we gonna talk about that?
Yeah, we're gonna just give it the Reader's Digest version. We try not to make enemies.
All right.
We're trying to be nice to everybody. And it'll dictate how deep we go into it with the results and how things are handled.
Right.
Many of you guys know we went to what was supposed to be Rage at the River, which got moved to Rage at Prim, where we were just a few weeks prior to that for our last race of the year. And after qualifying and after setup and all the preparation and the cars and the thousands of dollars getting spent to go racing and qualifying, hours before the start of the race, it was canceled. So it left a lot of stuff unresolved and unfinalized, like a championship run for Blake Wilkie. The rest of our guys to give a good final run for the year. My shot at hopefully try to be in the top 5 is my first rookie year. And just kind of putting a cap on our first year back officially racing as a factory sponsored team in over 50 years.
Yep.
And so, I mean, we made a substantial investment. We as far as not just money, right? But it's about the time, it's the preparation, it's everybody involved with the racing team to get everything ready to go, logistically, getting the trailer from Boxo, grocery shopping, propane prep. I mean, just the list goes on and on and on, and it's very unfulfilling, to say the least, of how it ended. So we all hope that two things will happen, right? That either A, will go off of qualifying order, which is the least desirable outcome. They'll go off qualifying order, and the results are the results. Yeah. Or B, they will carry, Snore will carry the kind of the final race of the year into the first race of 2021, so that will kind of solidify the finishing order there. We'll close out the chapter of 2020, but it'll also start the new one. So you get this like a double dip, but at the same point, it's really not. It's because I hate to see people get screwed by circumstances that are quote unquote outside their things. Like if you don't qualify, that's your bad, right?
Yep.
We all make sacrifices to be there days early and do the things we can do, because those are the choices that we make to chase a hobby that we love.
Yep.
So a little bit of rant, a little bit of fun.
A little steam there, buddy.
Buddy, there's a lot building up, because it's like that. You put a lot of effort in, you put a lot of work in, a lot of time away from my daughter and the family and everything I'm trying to do.
And all the prep work that went into it weeks and weeks prior.
Guys, guys like, the Slettons helping out, and Andy Kimball and Dale Mike and all these dudes that are help make this thing go. And then when everybody else gets there, and setting up, and like the Negretes and hell, even Andy Dervaselli from Majors and all these guys that played a role of it, and Paranoid Boys and Alex Gonzalez. I mean, there's so many people to make it all happen.
Yeah.
And then the friendly rivalries and the stuff, but like, it's there's some good analogies for that, but it's a family show. It's like going to a strip club with no money. I mean, you can't do nothing with it. It is what it is. But man, we're just hoping for the best. And you don't want to see somebody like a guy like Blake, who's put a bunch of effort into this thing, who shows up every single week, played the game by the way the rules are written, jumped through the BS throughout the season like we all did, and then to be essentially cut short. That'd be a shitty way to end it. So Darren, bad case of blue balls. I completely agree is pretty much what it comes down to. Guys, thank you so much for checking in. I'll get back on the computer screen. Chris Hill, dude, what's up? Long time. Eric Madsen, one of the fastest dudes out on the planet. Good to see you, brother. I hope all is well in Colorado, and best wishes to you, the wife, and your son. He's huge now. Yes, and of course Lucas. I don't work equal no pay, so it was shitty. Never get the time back. Yeah, I don't even care about the time, man. It's just about, I want to close that chapter. I want to, close out something we've been chasing all year long. Stuff that was really, articles were written about, coverage was done, and it just didn't fulfill. So, anyways, enough of that crap.
Last week was cool.
Last week was super cool. You guys got to see some snippets and about some of the stuff we've been working on. We were very fortunate enough to work with PRI. I mean, you guys know that's a sister show to the SEMA show, which is completely racing driven. It is one of my favorite shows to attend. It is everything racing in all forms of motorsports: off-road, drag racing, dirt, late model modified, go-kart racing. I mean, and it's a motorsports dream, and it's an absolute blast, and it's held in Indy. So it's at the mecca of motorsports.
Yep.
So with the show being canceled, we were one of the lucky few that was selected to come and showcase our digs, man, and invite them into our home, show them what EMPI is all about, and to be kind of put on that level with, DSR and Schumacher and Holly and Edelbrock and all these other big, huge companies, to be able to sit down with him in a very kind of intimate setting.
Yeah.
One-on-one. I think the shot it was amazing. I think just the skimming the surface of what we've been able to do and what we're able to offer for the future, and to let more people in our home, and show them that we are putting our money where our mouth is, and we're making the investments in our programs, not just on the product side of things, but personnel who we're bringing into the organization the steps that we're taking to ensure a new, fresh EMPI and the new quality and the new message that we're trying to give has been conveyed. And I think we had an excellent time. It really worked out well with Blake being here at the time. We pulled his boot camp, planned on pulling his motor. They showed up. He was still here. It worked out well. We had Cameron Foray still here. So my crash test dummy. And so we were able to really show just a glimpse of what we're all about to some new realms of people. And I think that's the neat part of it, because and that's why I got super excited earlier this year when, little old me got a little snippet in the PRI magazine. It's like, dude, that's a V-dub. Like, we're going against guys that are.
Yeah, there was a bunch of Mustangs, Chevelles,
a
bunch of race cars. It's the only V-dub in there. I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
And that's like the whole message, and kind of why, like, sometimes my passion gets mistaken for certain things. But like, dude, everybody's got a V-dub story somewhere in your life, across somewhere. A VW has played a role in your life somewhere. Maybe it was your neighbor that you ran out of gas and he brought you home in that 1968 bus or whatever. Grandma had a 67 original Bug that was that faded red and used to, there's always some type of crossover. And so if we're able to get that correlation and spark that passion and that moment of just like, I don't want to say daydreaming, but just that moment of remembrance, right? And it could bring back, a special moment for you, or, there's moments for me that are of childhood memories of family members that are no longer with us, that mean a lot to me, and to kind of just reminisce that or share with it. There's so many layers to this onion that I hope it becomes infectious, man. And that's where a lot of times I want the show to feel real. I don't want it to feel scripted, right? This isn't a scripting notes. This is more like just some talking points that I don't want to forget, because this mind is racing, and I really want to convey this to some people sometimes. So it's always about, some of my greatest childhood memories revolve around a VW story, and it's been an escape at times. It's kept me out of trouble. It kept me away from gangs. It's done a lot of different things that I want to make sure we share, right? Yeah. And so when we do that as an enthusiast that also gets to work here, it's pretty powerful and a lot of fun, man. And to hopefully give the audience that was watching the recording, and there was quite a few people here, be part of the show or just came by to see what was going on. And I'm hoping that it'll entice people to just maybe pick up a new project. Yeah. Maybe start something new with your family, or go racing like our next guest that we're going to talk about in there, and all these different things that we want to do. You can start anywhere, man. Yep. And you always have a V-dub story to go with it. So PRI was awesome. Stay tuned for that. I think they're about 2 to 3 weeks out on releasing a good little teaser clip. Follow them on Instagram, My PRI Show. Obviously follow us at EMPI Insider and EMPI Inc. But they're going to give a little 1-minute snippet. Hopefully I don't look too much like an ass, and just know that it comes from a place of passion, man. I love what I do, and allowing me to sit here and shoot the shit with you guys and my friends every single week. It's pretty cool, man, to watch this thing organically grow. It's pretty bitchin'. So racing stuff's covered. Wait till after, you gotta bring in. I gotta talk to these dudes. Let me do this. Maybe they've had a chance to kind of, here we go. And without further ado, I would like to bring in our newest members of the EMPI racing team, and dudes that from the moment I've met them, they're about the most genuine group and most down-to-earth family that are just good people. And that's one of the reasons why, we selected you to be part of the group. And so without further ado, I want to welcome the father and son duo and the Negrete boys to join us today. So guys, appreciate it. Thanks for coming to hang out.
Thank you.
Don't get nervous. I'm all nervous. They're all nervous. Lucas is going to eat you guys alive right now. So
thank you.
But no, man, on a real talk, before we get into it, dude, you guys have been around the game a long time, right? 3 generations. And we you know, I know a lot of our audience are going to want to hear your story and everything else, but on a real, like, when you guys get a chance, these dudes will talk about a car with you, get dirty with the car with you, whatever you need. And that's what's made them an awesome fit so far. So we had you guys out for our first half a race or half a challenge, and we knew at that moment it was the right time. So super stoked. Our first 1600 car in the organization, right? That falls under the umbrella. So but yeah, I mean, so Larry Sr., Larry Jr., and then you've also got your brother, right, who started racing with you guys.
Yeah, Ernie Negrete.
And we got everybody kind of chiming in here. So we got some MW creatives chiming in, Cesar Varil.
Yeah.
So all your family starting to check in. Dude, let's just take it from the top. Let's take it at the very beginning. And that's really like,
okay.
How did the Negrete Boys even come about?
Junior high school, I was going to my uncle Vampiro Racing. He had a shop in Tijuana, and I used to skate down there after school. I used to hang out with my friends, Caesar, that just chimed in right now, Villarreal, and they got me into Volkswagens. And my uncle was a Volkswagen mechanic in Tijuana, and pretty much my dad got tired of us, riding three-wheelers and breaking bones and stuff. So we started going to the races with my uncle, and it was kind of cool because my dad, I was kind of getting bad grades, and my dad wanted to get me into a different hobby and stuff. So my friend Caesar at the time wanted to sell me his bug. So, it was an oval window, the famous 56. And that's how we got involved. It was just pretty much hanging out at my uncle's shop, working on the bug, building the roll cage, going to muffler shops, bending it. Because back in the days, we didn't have what everybody has now, It was like, bend up a little rod here, take it to the muffler shop and start, welding. I learned how to, do spark plugs and stuff on V-dubs, and just pretty much started working on it. All my friends, Tim Knight, Caesar, so many people, Omar, they drag race. Just everybody was into V-dubs. So it was like the thing to do, man.
And this was all down in TJ?
Yeah, it was basically South Bay, and San Diego and Tijuana. So I was commuting every day after school because we were living in Tijuana at the time also. But yeah,
that's cool, man.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So once Pops got you off of the three-wheelers and yourself, you started working with Vampiro.
El Vampiro, yeah. Yep.
And then so were you and your brother, was your brother right into it right away with you too?
It took Ernie a while. Because it was a slow process with my uncle. He had so many vehicles, so he could only give me a limited amount of time. But once the car started getting, more advanced and stuff, Ernie jumped in and he was like, "Hey, we can do this." So we believed in ourselves to go out there and race out in the desert, But 1996 was the first time we raced our 56 as an actual race car out in Laughlin. Dang. And I think in that year, I'm not sure on the years. It was in the 90s, but my brother ended up getting nominated like Rookie of the Year for score. We didn't finish Laughlin, and that messed us up for the year. So, but he got nominated for score for Rookie of the Year, and there's so many stories. Like right now, I'm blanking out, but
I told you it's all good. I mean, it's so many people already chiming in. Caesar's like, "Dude, I was there."
Yeah,
Sean
Caesar,
Melvon is chiming in. And it's like, that's. I mean, it's obviously with the environment, and we razzed each other prior to getting on the show, so you kind of get a little bit nerve wracking. But you had some already family ties, right, with the Tecate bug, and
my tío was the Tecate and Tecate light bug back in the 80s and 90s. 90, I think it was 88 through 91, I believe. But it was Tecate colors.
I got Alex VZM Thompson checking in from Mexico City. Wow. I know Alex. He's one of the guys that runs the DKW show coming up down there, and I know Alex will probably remember the Tecate bug. He's all about racing and cars and everything else. So
yeah.
And I know you're kind of you made light of a story though, right? Mm-hmm. So you told me a story over the weekend when we were working last week in the shop, and you're like, "Yeah, man, I used to skate over my uncle's place, and I'd been like one bar and then have to go home, man."
That was it. It was just like, "That's it, dude. That's all we're gonna do." Like I said,
Like, I got
he was
40
busy,
bars
man.
this
He
week.
was really, really busy. And yeah, that's true. We would bend up one bar and it was just like, are you going to weld it or? So I learned how to weld. There was a lot of people that, Raul Gilbert, uh, Gato, Guillermo Soltero. He was like one of my good friends. He still is one of our good friends from the family. He built another bug that, was famous, El Trophy Once. And, I don't know, like we met so many good people at my uncle's shop just because we were there so long trying to work on my bug. You know, nowadays people pop out bugs really quick. And for me, it took a while, you know, just welding a tube here and there and going home all, you know, all mad and, you know, and then, yeah, one year out in Tijuana, like the whole hillside came down, a big mudslide, and it took his shop. And that was like before he lost his shop, you know. But I do remember the 56, my racing engine was in the mud. It was just it was really bad, man. That was like,
That's crazy.
yeah.
Is it like so all of the passion, the car racing, all of it was self-taught from Vampiro? And then like was Pops involved?
My dad was a co-pilot for El Alpha. What was it? Alpha. I forgot
Alpha
the
Racing.
Yeah, Alpha Racing. He did a couple co-piloting things there, but it was mainly my uncle Vampiro, like, and Victor Barajas. Victor Barajas, we ran Class 11 with him. Guillermo Soltero, El Catco. That guy showed us how to race, how to downshift. He would take us places, and you know, Catco, El Gato. You know, thank you. That guy taught us a lot, man.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, do you feel that kind of just racing around the countryside is kind of what just sparked the bug to really like hone your skills, and then like, dude, we can go bash around with these guys? And
yeah. When I was growing up, you know, it was a little bit different. Like now the cars are so advanced, you know, they got better cars and stuff. Back in the days, you had to be tough if you wanted to do it. And I didn't consider myself tough, but like you said, I can do it. I can do it. And that was just the motivation. Like, we can do it, man. We can do it, you know? And it was just fun. Once you get Baja, it's like a drug, man. Like if I don't go racing, like I feel like I don't know, I start to get jittery, I get mad, you know, it's my drug. And once I co-piloted, you know, for the first time, and it was in me, man. It was just like, it was a drug. It was just, it's beautiful. Like I was already into the off-roading with the 3-wheelers and all that, so it was cool, and the camping. But I don't know, there's something about Baja that just, it wants to take you back. Just, you know, it's the people. It's like a family. Like everybody you meet, there's so many cool people out there, man. And I can name so many people, man. You know, like even like Sean Malaban and his family and the Gutierrez family. Those people are awesome. Like there's so many people that are awesome, man. And off-road racing is just awesome. It's a family sport, and if you're not into it, you need to get into it, man.
You know, it is a different vibe from the drag racing side of stuff. Mm-hmm. And I haven't been able to put my finger on it exactly like what it is. It's just different. It's just a different culture. It's a different vibe.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just the type of racing makes you feel like a different camaraderie or what it is, but it's been awesome, man. And just sit here, and we haven't even got to like the next generation, right? It's like, hey, El, you're also here. What's up, dude? You know, so Larry Jr., man, you guys have seen Larry Jr. around. He's
hi, Mom. She's watching back at
mom's probably got some eyes. They're all watery and stuff,
Yeah.
and everything else. And that dude, it just speaks volumes, right, to who you guys are, the whole family. And you said it best. And Sean was on here, man, and the MW Creative was like, man, best family I've ever met. And then Sean chiming in. It is like a brotherhood, man, and it's cool. It really is cool. But how do you feel now? So you've got you had your uncle, you've got your brother that you were racing with, Ernie, and now you've created a monster, right? That's really what it seems like.
You know what?
With your son,
I'm very happy with my son. Like it's not, you know, little Larry, oh, he's only raced a year. My son has been in the making for 22 years now, man. Like he's been my sidekick for everything, you know, like pre-running, co-piloting with me, with my brother, just learning. And it's funny, but he's actually getting faster than me, so I'm proud, you know. And he's going on his second year, and there's just more. I know he's going to get way better than me and Ernie, you know. And and I'm just saying that straight out, man. Like I had to get off with him, you know. I couldn't race with him anymore as a co-pilot, you know. And
got Sean in there.
yeah, we got Sean Malabanan in there, man. That guy's got some nuts, man, because this guy's quick, man. And I noticed that because he was getting better lines than me when we were out in the races. And I was thinking, why didn't he go that way? And then he's like popping out this way and he's going up this little hill. And I was like, damn, I don't know if it's what I've taught him plus his ideas, but he's getting way faster than me. So
all the video games, you know,
all the video games and all that. But you know what? Yeah, little Larry's getting way faster than me. So, and this is his second year, man. And I've been doing it for a while. And like I said, his times are about my times now. And I'm really proud of him, man. Like any father, you know, would be like, this guy's awesome. He's my little baby.
See, I mean, I don't know about you, Eddie, but like just sitting here kind of just vibing with it. I mean, and that, again, I can't stress it enough. It just speaks volumes of your character, your guys's, as to, God dang, we made a good selection bringing you guys in here, just because that's what we want, right? We want the infectiousness. We want the upliftingness. I mean, yeah, we'll razz our group in the group chat and text and stuff like that. But when we're out there, dude, I mean, it's real deal. It's from the heart. It's, you know, we went out there, tested together. We've done some stuff, and it's like, man, that's to me, that's what this whole thing is supposed to be about. It's about being infectious. It's about having fun. Not forgetting where you came from and trying to lift your brothers up. And it's like, with our sphere that we have, it's just so powerful, man. And it's cool to see. And it's, you know what, it's more manly to see another dude, you know, that's not afraid to have his ego and to attaboy his son in front of everybody. So that's pretty cool, man. Yeah. It's really cool. So with you kind of stepping into the role now, what I mean, and you're not really, how are you going to scratch that itch? What are we going to do? I mean, what's the plans?
I think it's already written. Whatever the Lord wants, man. Whatever the Lord wants, you know. This is a new step in his career. So
tell us, I mean, really where you want to go next? So let's go into this. This is probably the best way to do it. What's your goals for 2021?
Goals for 2021. Honestly, I just want to, you know, get out there, get more experience, keep learning, race against the best people in the class, and just, you know, make all the sponsors happy and grow as a team. You know, everyone involved with EMPI. You know, we got the Slettons, we have Wilkie, the Negrete family now, and I feel really humbled to be a part of such a big team, and I just want to keep growing and just keep learning. Like I said, I want to get out there, get more seat time, and just represent. That's what we got to do. And I want to take this time to thank you, Corey, once again. I mean, you know, it's really humbling to be on a team like this. So thank you.
We're lucky to have you. What do you think, you're always going to stay kind of 516, or do you have dreams and aspirations to do something different?
Honestly, 516 is where it's at for me, or just anything Volkswagen related. That's kind of what made me love this sport so much. In the future, it would be cool to, you know, jump into a UTV maybe, or, you know, who knows, maybe one day jump into a faster class, like a class 10 or something like that. But even if we were to do that, I know my dad and I would probably keep the 516 and just keep racing it, you know. So Volkswagen powered classes are where it's at for me. That's what really got me into it. So
the Darren Zumston chimes in, said, put him in a 5 unlimited car. It's like,
that'd be sweet.
That would be cool. The EMPI racing team is planning a 5 unlimited car. So that would be and staying true to the roots with a VW power plant. So Lucas End asking, is the 56 getting a new paint job? Man, what are you, Gossip Central going around quick, ain't it? I mean, we could show maybe. We'll just wait. We'll wait for that. Though. We're not ready for that stuff. So we got to have some fun with it. But what is, man? There's so much stuff. Like, I'm trying to think. Was there a moment really where you knew it was kind of time to to basically turn over the driving aspect of it, because he's pretty much driving the car full time, and then you're splitting some time now. You just knew that. Do you remember like that moment? Like you were just here, like pre-running, be like, oh shit, this is.
I would say it was kind of just like, I mean, how would I say it? I consider myself a little bit of a late bloomer. I know there's a lot of kids out there that are racing, like Eva Star Racing, Sean's daughter. You know, she's only 13 years old and she's already kicking butt in UTV. So one thing I will say, I think it was just kind of where I came home from work one day and I gave my dad something and I said, hey dad, let's start bringing the 56 back, let me get in there and let me do it. It was kind of just like it came out, I just told my dad, hey, I want to do it. Let's do it. And that's what it takes.
You got to remember in those, I parked the 56 10 years ago. It was in the garage for 10 years. I was racing with my brother, Ernie, and little Larry was my co-pilot. And all of a sudden this guy woke up. He woke up a couple years ago and said, Dad, I want to start racing. And it was like, thank you. I've been waiting for that. I gave him the 56, it was outdated. Like, you got to remember in 2009, I was racing, MDR 2009.
Racing against the Slettons.
The Slettons were, I think, 16 years old, man. I think they were like in their 16s. And we were racing against them in 2009. I lost the championship to the Tecate, Dave Simpson.
Yeah, Dave Simpson.
Yeah, Dave Simpson. I broke an axle. He was kicking butt on points anyways, but I broke an axle. I ended up getting second for the year, and then MDR, something happened, an accident, and 2010 did not happen. So it ended up getting parked. I sold my motorhome that we were camping in, and it was outdated. When we brought it back to life, it still had the Type 2 little CVs on it.
Hey, watch it now.
Hey,
simmer down.
No, but
so that's gonna bring us to another question. Great comment, great question. Dre's saying, hey, for the rest of us dummies, how about explaining some class differences? So, great question, Dre. Okay. So, we'll start with class 11. Obviously, the class that we race here, Wilkie and the Slettons. So that's basically an all steel bug spec class, no suspension craziness. Just it's very cut and dry. 1600 cc, no head work. Your typical 80 horsepower on a good day, stock bug, steel fenders. The only thing you can do is remove the glass, put a roll cage in it. Then the 516 class would be pretty much what everybody would relate to standard Baja bug. You get a little more suspension, but you're still limited on the motor size of the 1600. Same motor that would go from my car would go into their car. From there, then you would go the 5 Unlimited, which is big money, bring a checkbook, big power. They offer, now they're doing the Ecotech stuff now.
Subaru motors.
Subarus, you can do all kinds of different stuff.
Honda, I think.
Yep.
You can do that.
But big stuff.
Yeah.
And it goes from there. So great question, Dre. Sometimes we get caught up with it. Hell, I barely learned what a lot of it was too.
Our transmission's bigger also.
Oh yeah, you get to use a bus box.
We get to use a bus
so
box.
We still have to use a Type 1 bus or bug box, and you guys get to use the Type 2. So
yeah,
micro stubs and
disc brakes. I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
Now that's what I'm saying. When it was outdated, we didn't have micro stubs. We didn't have disc brakes. We didn't have
power steering.
Now he has
spoiled. You guys are soft as a pack of Charmin.
So the cool thing is,
he has electric power steering, and he still complains. Dad, and it's like, oh my god.
Just for the record, when I first started, when I first started racing it, I got to experience that with the small shock, with the drum brakes, with no power steering. So I got to experience that. But every race, we just started upgrading. We took it to Sean, and then we took it to Rulo out in Apple Valley, and we just started upgrading things here and there, and now it's at the point where the car is the best it's ever been, and it's just performing really, really good for us. So.
That brings us to another great point, I think, and without skipping over it, and this is a family funded. You work a regular 9-to-5 job.
I'm a mechanic, yes.
Yeah.
For MTS. I don't know if you want to throw that out there, but I work on buses out in San Diego. My wife drives them. What else?
You work at like a power sports store.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying. There's no, somebody's not writing the check for this racing.
No.
Like you guys have, you work, take care of the bills, and then couple nickels left over, we throw towards the old 56.
Like, please, babe, we need to, upgrade the. Actually, I'm going to give her credit. Like when I started racing with my son, she's like, babe, I hate going to the races and the damn thing breaks down. What does it need? So
She's like, if you're gonna do
every
it, do
race,
it right.
like lately, we've just
So-
been like, what's next, you know? And I want to thank her. She's like my right hand man, and I love her, you know. And there's a lot of people. I want to thank my uncle Archie. You know, my uncle Archie, my dad's brother. He's like with us 100%, man. You know, my dad. I love my dad and my mom. They're there. They're in their 70s and stuff. 70s, almost 80s. You know, 70s and
The champ.
and they're there, man. Thank you guys. We love you guys, man. And just the whole family, my cousins, you know, Archie and just everybody, Aldo, Eddie, everybody that's, you know, part of the Negretes, you know, my brother Ralph, man, he was like my best co-pilot. I need to get him back, you know. My brother Ernie, man, he's just an awesome dude. Just everybody there's so many people that I need to mention, but it's like a, you know, I love all you guys and I thank you guys, you know.
I mean, it just shows that they're just down to earth, good people, and that's what I want to just, you know, kind of tell your story, give it insight. People are always wondering, like, well, you know, and I think we're going to close out the show on some of this stuff, like, hey, how do I get sponsored? What do we do? And how do we do? We're going to get to that today because we got a couple of things we're going to try to set the record straight on. But just for you guys, it's just cool to let people say, like, man, you know, it's you make sacrifices, right, to go racing, and it's definitely a family affair with you guys. Even the sister comes out, and
Yeah.
so
Jessica, she comes out. Yeah.
But
she loves it.
We need to
Cheeky's
get
our
them in
little
a-
Chihuahua.
Yeah, we need to get them in a powder puff race.
That'd
But,
be cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. I'm happy to be here. And I want to thank you also.
No, man, we're having fun doing this. This is what it's about. I mean, you guys, for those of you guys don't know, I mean, you guys know, some of you know that Tuesdays is workshop day. These dudes drove all the way up, hanging out, prepping, working on the cars.
Yeah.
We do the show, and we're gonna go back in the workshop and try to. We got 2 cars to finish, man, and we will not fail.
Yeah.
Going to King of the Hammers.
We
It
got
won't
what,
be
4 or 5 weeks now.
5 weeks.
You know
to
who
finish.
else I wanted to mention? Gerardo. And Gerardo Idibe. He built my brother's you know, the second car we run.
Zeus.
Is Gerardo is such a cool person. He works for King, and before it was King, I want to say it was Custer.
Yeah.
And I think that was Brett's dad. But I remember Gerardo when he built my brother's car. He was like, "Hey man, try out these new shocks, man." You know, and I didn't even know. Back in the days, it was like Fox, you know, and all these other brands. But Gerardo showed up for the first time and goes, "Hey man, let's put some Kings on Zeus." And it was like, what the hell are Kings, you know? And now it's like King is like the best shock, man. I mean,
To each their own, but
you
Yeah.
know,
Just be careful.
Yeah, be careful what you see. But I
no,
don't know.
it's
King
just
King
cool.
is
You know,
awesome. Brett King, thank you. Gerardo Uribe, thank you. All the King people, man. Thank you
yeah,
guys very much for.
we're super excited to have them on board with us and to be able to share that another bond with you guys and the things that they've been able to do. So super cool.
Yeah.
When are we gonna see Larry Sr. and Ernie and Zeus battling against Junior and Sidekick? When are we going to see that?
When are we going to do it, Ernie?
We need to talk to Ernie, or maybe
Ernie.
maybe I can drive Zeus and they can team up in the 56.
Whatever
Whatever
you
you guys want.
I mean, just for a trip down memory lane, huh?
Yeah,
let's do it. Yeah, because you guys started off on that, so that'd be cool. Got to talk to Ernie and see if he's
Well,
down. Let's do it.
I'm seeing him making TikToks and all kinds of nasty.
Ernie's missing TikTok.
So now we got to get him. Ernie, I know you're going to catch this sometime tonight, hopefully. And I'm challenging you, man, to give us a little bit of that time you saving for TikToks to get that car ready and to come out here and battle. And some of you guys have seen that. So one of the things on our to-do list too that we released was it Thursday, Larry? We talked about that when we went live. Yeah. So more racing. We've partnered up with More Racing for 2021 to do. We're going to call it we're temporarily calling it the Triple Crown Series. And that's basically where we have 3 races, 3 different classes, and there's some big money up for grabs and prizes and stuff like that. So if you've got a class 11, if you got a 516 or a class 9 car, there's 3 races out of their 5 race season. Only 3 races you need to commit to.
Yeah.
And if you can get, 9 car, I don't think will be an issue getting 20 cars per class.
That'll be nice.
If they do that, there's going to be, you potentially over 10 grand to the winner. There's some big money up for grabs, and we're hoping that guys like you are gonna start rattling the cages.
Yeah.
And,
I've been messaging every single 516 guy that I know, just
This
directly.
this guy's he's in charge of the 516 page.
So on May 16th of last year, I started the 51600 Racers page, and just everything that we post on there is either old videos, or if you guys want to change a rule, we can talk about it there. And I'm just trying to bring the class back, because for a while it did die down, and
it did die down. Yeah.
516, it's great, and I think it's a really good learners class for people. I mean, some of the best people in the industry that race trophy trucks now came from 516 or from 1600, or from class 11. So I want to bring it back, and I think this Triple Crown series is a big step in that direction. So I think this is awesome, and if you guys have a 516, get it ready. Let's get out there and
take it out of the garage like I did.
Yeah,
yeah.
Come on, guys, let's do it.
I mean,
it's fun.
They talked about, and again, don't quote me on this, but I think Moore said if they get 20 cars per class for 3 races, on average, I'm assuming if you got 39 in one and 18 in another race, there'll be over 30 grand up for grabs.
Wow.
I mean, that's freaking nuts, dude.
How many cars did
you got?
Get?
So for
Laughlin. Was it Laughlin?
No, it was Prim. It
was Prim.
28 cars showed up, but there was like 35 on the entry list.
So
I know
there's plenty of bugs, man.
And especially for the money. I mean, everybody wants a little bit of money. Plus, we've got Boxo tools stepped up. They're putting in some toolboxes and some tools. I know Rugged Radios has reached out and said, hey, we wanted to help out. So shout out to both those guys, Boxo and to Greg Cottrell from Rugged. I mean, send me a personal text and look, man, if you're in, we're in. And I think that's so awesome to be a partner with those guys and help grow this sport that we all love. We all have a goal and a mission. So people are saying, they want to see the brothers versus the Padawan. So
he's getting quick.
Let's do it.
He's getting quick.
Who and I'll two separate questions, same question, two different obviously different people, but who's your favorite driver you've ever seen race that like really inspired you? And then obviously
we might have the same answer.
I'm going to be honest, man. When I was growing up and watching my uncle race before I got into it, there was the Cook brothers, man, in the 516s.
Really?
My favorite bug, man. Just awesome people. My brother Ernie, I believe, is still in contact with them.
Yeah,
I don't have social media. I need to get into, but the cooking
or an iPhone, for God's sake.
I know, damn it, Samsung. But anyway,
have one this weekend. I guarantee you'll have one this weekend.
He's gonna go home.
But the cooking Cook brothers, man, those guys were like my all-time favorite. I want to say also in the bigger class was the George Seeley, Baja Bug.
So I just shared a video. I don't know if you saw it, Corey, on Facebook yesterday. So it was Judy Smith, the Cook brothers, and Seeley. So that's
So Seeley, damn, like my favorite, man. And then top-notch people like Eric Solorzano and Victor Barajas in Class 11, man. Those were my favorite, like all-time favorite. So that's my lineup right there.
All right.
So. Yes, try to beat that right there, buddy.
Yeah.
Try to beat that. Try to.
It was like a best of the best.
I named the best of the best right there. So.
I can't beat that, honestly. I mean, I was gonna say like Rob Mack. Rob Mack's obviously.
Oh wow!
In every class that he's raced in, he's dominated.
Yeah,
so
Rob
that's
Mack.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
But I can't beat all the limited class guys. That's a different level of racing, So
I'm curious, what do you think it's gonna take for like an American to go down and race Baja in a Class 11 or a 516 and really be truly competitive? I mean, it's like everybody that's down there knows the roads, knows this, been there, been that. Like, do you really think?
Okay,
this is a good one here. Hold on.
This is from okay. Back in the days, Corey, there was no GPSs. People could run off the road, go up this hill, go around there, and they were beating you by 10, 15 minutes. Nowadays, everything is.
You got your VCPs and
you got to pass your VCPs and all that. So I think it's easier now. It's not easier because the terrain is tough. Baja is tough, but I'm saying if you have a good car, you're mentally there, you pre-ran, you did all your homework, you have a chance. And it doesn't matter if you're American or not. It depends on the team that wants it the most, did their homework. That's gonna be, the key. Now, like I said, now you have your visual checkpoints, the VCPs and all that. Now everything's on GPS. Back in the days, I'm going to be honest, man, we did 4. I'm not going to say names, but if you guys know the Negrete boys, we were mad for a while because every single time, and it was 4 Baja 500s in a row, we were kicking butt. And I'm talking back in the 90s and 2000s, but 4 Baja 500s in a row. Okay. And we lost to the same team in our class. And it was towards the finish line because there was no visuals, there was no GPS, no nothing. It was just
tracking device.
So these people would always
lines.
beat us to the finish line, and there's lots of stories of that, but nowadays, like, everything is well controlled. But like I said, if you do your math, you do your homework, you really want it. It doesn't matter if you're American, Mexican, from wherever, all over the world, wherever you're from. If you do your math out in Baja and you beat Baja, that's how you're going to beat it, by doing your math.
Yeah.
Having the best car out there prepped.
You ever find it just sometimes you just sit there, and again, I could be partial. It's just because of everything. When you're into your 516s, you're going to look at everything 516, right? And I'm in the 11, so I look at everything 11. It's like the course, the terrain for this freaking underpowered little turtle to try to get somewhere.
Yeah, don't underestimate the 11s, man.
But you gotta. It's like, holy crap, man! It's already mental, intimidating. Really mentally intimidating to even think about what you have to go through, especially like when you watch the highlights of the freaking silt beds that are 2 feet deep. I mean, I know we got a glimpse of a little bit of it with Timmy sharing with me and the Vegas Torino thing. And he's like, it's nowhere near Baja.
Baja's tough.
It's awesome. Ed Vega, what's up? Checking in. He's like, the Taco Man.
I mean, you'll come back with nightmares from Baja. I'll tell you that. When I come back off the races, I'll be dreaming for about a week or 2, man.
I think it's a lot more than a week. He's always
like, oh God, that race
I should have done this different.
And then it's funny, every single time we get out there, I think this was the hardest race, or I think that was but every it's tough, man. It is tough out there. But don't underestimate the 11s, man. I've seen 11s go through stuff where trophy trucks, got stuck, couldn't make it, had to get pulled out, and Class 11s will just climb right over that stuff. So yeah, Class 11s, when we ran with Victor Barajas, man, we went through some hard stuff, and I do remember, and now you guys got good stuff, man. We used to run KYBs back in the
white
days.
KYBs.
Yeah, white KYBs. They weren't there, yeah. And I mean, Class 11 is a good class. You need to know how to run your Class 11, and I mean, it's fun. That's one of the funnest classes we were in, Class 11.
You're one of your boys been chiming in and jumping on from Instagram or from Facebook and YouTube, but Omar Gallardo.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I don't have he's like, I'm on my daughter's Facebook.
Right on. That's my boy right there too.
So
Omar Gallardo. They drag race. I'll show you a video that he sent me. I'll show you his bugs right now.
Right on, man. Thanks for checking in. And this is what's cool. Like Eric Sorlazano checking in.
And Frikis, what's up?
So I mean, these are dudes that I'm like I'm watching what they're posting. I'm trying to learn from some of these cats, and it's just cool. It's very, very cool.
Eric Solorzano is the Dust to Glory guy.
Yeah,
he's awesome, man. That's the guy I was telling you. He's like number one in Class 11 for me, man.
Yeah, and then I have an Esteban. Class 11 and 9 are tanks. Darren Zumpson, I need an 11 car. Darren, we've been trying to tell you, man. It's the way of the future right now.
11 is a cool class.
It's affordable.
It's awesome.
It's affordable-ish. What? And a lot of people like. I ran into a few times this year. You've been on my radar, so we bumped into each other at Vegas Torino, working with Honda.
Yeah,
tell the audience a little bit about the Honda deal.
So just for me is when I'm not racing or when we're not working on the car, I like to go out and help other teams. Just get involved, learn other people, and just put yourself out there, and that's really what I like to do. So we helped out Cozen Motorsports. They're in a UTV. We helped out Pat Daly and all the Honda guys, just pitting, getting out there, getting involved. And like I said, putting yourself out there and learning other teams. How does this team work? What are they doing that I'm not doing? And how can I incorporate that into my team? How can I make my team better? And, that was the biggest reason why I did that, and just whoever I can help out, if I can help out, I'd love to do so. And that's what we'd like to do when we're not racing.
Yeah. When we're not racing, we like to stay involved, like just help anybody that needs help. And that's,
yeah, you guys drove 3 hours to come hang out here.
Yeah.
Twice. You were just here the day before yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, we put in 15 hours on Sunday. So, and again, we're not here to, peel each other back or do any of that kind of stuff. It's more about just kind of being real. And that's what's cool about all this stuff. So, and it's indicative of what's going on here. On your car, 3 things that you'd want to change or upgrade.
That's a great question. You kind of put me on the spot. What do you
now
think?
the competition knows what they're going to do. Oh, let me take this from you, son.
I think even though our car is a little bit old school, it's dialed in, man. Raul Solano at Oraf,
Off-road auto fab.
that guy's got it dialed in, man. If I were to change something, maybe some lightened 930s, maybe some, I don't know.
Crispus list, like 930s.
What else? I don't know.
You know a place to get those? I'm just saying.
Like, what else? I know a guy.
I don't know. I mean, like he said, it's not.
The car works. There's no denying it. If you guys
works.
haven't seen the videos,
you guys got to watch our videos. That thing is
Larry
so
put in
dialed
somebody to drive it real quick and just kind of showed him down the whoop section.
So it doesn't have everything that it could have, but the way it's set up with the parts it has right now, it's handling really good.
Really good.
So I think for now, I think we should just run it how it is. Yeah. And when the time comes, I mean, eventually it would be cool to, put some micro stubs in there or something like that. But it doesn't need it right now.
See, that's the thing.
It doesn't need it.
I'm telling them, if we do that, if you're going to do a micro stub vehicle, I mean,
you got people giving me a list of things they want to do to your car right now.
But check this out. Check this out. If we were to do that, it would be easier to just build a new platform with all the good stuff.
You heard it here first.
But it's an oval window.
But it's an old, you know what I'm saying?
But there's also that's the mystique of it all. I mean, there's so much heritage.
Oh no,
with just the I don't even. It's not that it's. I don't no, it's not taken away from they won this or did that. It's just more about it's been a part of your life.
Yeah, I'll never get rid of that. Man.
That's your car.
I bought that off my homeboy Chompy and Caesar.
You had it since you were what, 16 or no? Yeah, 16.
I know I want to challenge you while you're down over the weekend or while we're camping at the ranch.
Yeah.
I want you to sit down and put a slideshow together and put it on Instagram. Let people see like the changes of how much that was a daily driver for you.
For Caesar's uncle. Yeah.
One thing I do want to say, just for the record, we didn't cut it up. It was already.
So for the purists, they did not cut the oval.
Caesar's uncle didn't cut it up either. I think Caesar's uncle bought it like that. So
it was already a Baja.
It was already a Baja Bug.
Just for the record,
dude, you got a lot of people that are going to tell you what to do with your car. There's 15 comments here already.
What are the comments?
All right, so where do we start here?
Is it Sean?
Ivan Esteban says Larry wants air conditioning for the hot races. Caesar said maybe a new roll cage. Strip it down, repair all the metal. New cage from Sean. Driver change for I'm not gonna say who said that one. Driver change. But that's just curious. I mean, we always want to do stuff different, right? I mean, we start putting the cage in my car. And I'm like, I want to fix this or do this different, but it's part of the fun, right? Of just the next generation. And like, is your sister or is Jessica? Is Jessica like getting the itch to race at all or maybe powder puff? Because how cool would that be to like go to the next one and maybe start building yours? Like that'd be pretty sick.
I almost got her in the last race.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. The last race we kind of joked around before we left, like, hey, you want to get on as a co-pilot?
I think she was gonna.
She was kind of thinking about it, like, damn, I kind of do want to get on,
Jessica.
And
chime in. Tell Jessica to chime in.
Yeah.
She's watching.
Yeah, so she's definitely on her radar.
Yeah,
that's cool, man.
I want her to get on with me. Like her older sister has gotten on with me too. So my wife has gotten on with me. So
so back in the day when they used to race in Tecate, my mom was my dad's co-pilot.
Yeah,
dude, how dope! And, you're totally just digging the vibe right now.
So
and the helmet didn't fit her.
I used to race. we used to race out in Tecate. Like the old FUD races used to be held out at this one ranch called Rancho Los Alisos. But anyways, little Larry was almost born there on the 4th of July at a
Forgot
FUD
to
race.
say that to you.
He was almost born at a FUD race. But yeah, I rushed your mom to the hospital.
Weren't you like about to get in the car? And
I was about to get into the race
Yeah.
car like this, and I feel someone tugging me, and she's about to pop, and I was like, "What do you mean?" You know, because like we had just gone to the doctor like the day before, and they said, "No, she's got about another week or so." You know, so like, are you sure we can go to Tecate? Yeah, you guys will be fine. We show up, like my brother's doing the first laps and stuff, and then all of a sudden I'm about to get in, and then this guy decides to come out, man. So,
Hey, I'm here.
I heard
You know, I'm here.
I heard
But,
the Volkswagen engines.
But yeah, my wife used to be my co-pilot. My older daughter used to be my co-pilot. This guy used to be my co-pilot, you know, and now we just need Jessica to get in the race car, you know. My brother Ernie, you know, he has his son Ernie Jr. and he's going to start
He's going to
co-piloting.
be getting on this year. Yeah.
So yeah, there's going to be a
Yes.
new Negrete boy on the team also. Little
That's
Ernie
cool.
Negrete Jr.
I mean, that's just got to be cool for your pops and stuff to like sit
Oh, yeah.
back and kind of see. Like, I think the day that like both cars are there, both father and sons are battling,
Yeah.
like, dude, that's a freaking article. I mean, Dusty Summit, Jason, that is an article.
Yeah.
Get ready. It's got to happen.
So we actually had both cars
Excuse me.
at Prim,
We did.
and that was really awesome to see. It's been years since that happened.
Yeah.
You guys used to race both cars all the time, but
Prim.
it's been more than 10 years since that
Oh
happened.
yeah, of
so
course, yeah.
that was awesome to see both cars there. Just
And I think we would have caught his time. We would have had a. I was catching up to his time, but we broke the line, the brake line.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
no breaks.
Lucas Hand, of course. Who's faster, Ernie or Larry Sr.?
That's a good one. I don't know.
Why are you starting shit always,
I know.
Lucas?
I don't know. Ernie's a really damn good racer. I don't know if I'm a good racer.
How about we'll just leave it to be determined?
to be
I guess we'll
determined?
leave it at that.
I don't know.
What
My brother's a really good racer, man. I admire my brother.
Yeah, we're
And
gonna
what
keep
he's doing,
pushing,
you know?
and I'm hoping that he sees and watches this. So we want to ignite that fire again and that desire, especially with his son now coming of age and
Oh, yeah.
really kind of blooming into the desire to start racing. So that'd be cool, man. I love to see that stuff. I love that. The heritage, the lineage of it. I love watching, Eric Madsen chimed in earlier, right? Eric Madsen was a badass mofo in the drag racing scene. I mean, badass dude. And then to watch his son kind of come from a little twerp kid he's gigantic now, and he's got his own race car and battling with his pops and all these generations. I think it's just very, very, very cool to see. And I think it's just awesome, man.
Yeah.
And what I like to see with my cousin, shout out to little Ernie, it's cool because it comes from within. It's not forced upon him. He wants to do it. And that's what makes me happy. And it's cool to see my cousins doing that. And we're all just getting into it, so the next generation's here and we're excited. We're really excited to do it. So
Exactly.
Who are some of the drivers you think to keep an eye on for next year and forward, up and comings and stuff like that?
In all classes?
Yeah,
or
just
any
kind of like
classes?
you're gonna have like those crazy kids that are just fearless right now, but you also got guys that are maybe grooming their teeth in a different class. And I know you live and breathe this stuff, so
I like that class 9 kid
who
that keeps hitting everybody in class 9. No.
edit that one.
I don't know. In 516, I would say Rulo. I mean, he won the last Prim race. The Hendricksons are fast for sure.
Oh yeah.
Who else would I say? I think those are the guys to beat right now. Class 11, obviously the Slettons are fast.
Really fast.
Who are those guys?
Peachy was.
Remember that when you need to coach
Yeah.
No, they're definitely fast.
Yeah, really fast.
That's cool. I just like seeing all that kind of stuff. What so Sean Sam chiming in. The Larry Senior race Lucas Oil in the 1600 class in the oval.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's true, bro.
See,
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, what did I do? I did
So it was all the short course stadium buggies.
yeah.
Which
That was cool.
Really light and really fast. And he was the only Baja bug out there.
Well, there was one guy that showed up and we both lined up, and then his I think his spring plate broke right before the race. So I was gonna race another Baja bug, and that guy didn't get to do his laps. but I did place because they ended up doing a payout. I don't remember. It was like
13.
it was 44 buggies that I raced,
Jeez.
and I came in. I think the payout was to like 22,
something like that. Yeah.
and I ended up getting like 22 or some shit like that. But it's
all good.
Yeah, sorry. But they ended up giving me some money back for that race, and it was cool. And I believe I think it was POD that played out there.
Oh yeah,
Dang.
POD opened up for that. That was cool. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. That was
a good point. That was awesome.
We used to do Estedo Beach. My brother, we got pictures of Estedo Beach. We did that core short.
I mean,
course.
they didn't even talk about like.
I forgot about that, man. That was cool.
You know, it's been interesting because, you know, prepping for this, knowing that you won a score championship, you've finished Baja more than once.
Oh yeah,
right. None of that was ever talked about. Like that's the humility of the fun of it, right? To compete and to say I want to score championship, and then like, was there what's the one race that just is like your favorite or just that most accomplished moment?
There's been so many of them, and it's hard to pick. And sometimes, like, even if we didn't win, but you were just out there, and I think I heard that on Dust to Glory, man. But and it's true. Like, there's a moment. Sometimes you're just hauling ass through the desert, and there was one race I actually enjoyed where I could see the colors in like, it was in San Felipe, and you could see the actual colors of like the sand. There was red like dirt, and then it was beautiful, man, like cactus and everything. And I don't know, I want to say that was my favorite race because I was actually enjoying the moment. I think we ended up placing like I forgot, like 5th or 6th. I forgot. Like, we ended up not doing good, but it was just a moment. And sometimes, like, I think I just enjoy racing. I don't care if we win or not. I don't know.
There's little moments.
Like the championship I won with you. It was last year? Mm-hmm. That was exciting for me also. Like to win with my son, you know.
That's pretty cool.
And my brother and Luis Herrera did really good out in score. They did a championship twice, and we did the Baja 400. It was a new race for score, the Baja 400, and we helped make it happen.
That's cool.
Also,
man.
so I'm pretty proud of that race too. Luis Herrera and Ernie, my brother Ernie, did really, really good out in score, and they actually won the Baja 1000 too. So that was actually pretty cool. That was actually, my dad was like the most happiest person on the planet, you know. Because we've been trying to get that Baja 1000 win for over 20 years, man, and
it's long overdue.
Long overdue.
So Rafael Negrete is chiming in now too.
Yeah, my brother Ralph.
That's
What's
awesome.
up, baby? That's my favorite co-pilot right there, my brother.
So for me, I mean, obviously, I don't have as much experience as my dad yet, but one moment that I do recall that made me really happy, ironically, was getting passed by the Ledesma family.
Oh yeah.
At the Prim race, you know.
Wait a minute, it doesn't even seem right.
Yeah, it doesn't seem right.
No,
So-
but Ledesmas were like my idols too. So
Ledesmas have been my dad's idols. I've always looked up to the Ledesma family as a kid.
Yeah.
And, you know, they started behind me at the Prim race, and I was thinking, oh, wow, these guys are going to pass me, you know, within a mile. And, you know, I felt really happy that it took them a certain amount of time to pass me. And when they did pass me, it was just like, okay, let me see if I can keep his pace. And, you know, let me follow his lines and see what he's doing. And, you know, that moment was just really special for me. It was cool. Like, wow, these guys have been racing for over 30 years, and they're still kicking butt.
And that's another family of racers, VW racers that need to get, you know, a shot out.
Ironically, getting past was a special moment for me. It was kind of cool to just, you know, see how their car works and kind of pick through what they're doing, you know, check out their lines. And that was awesome for me. And I kept up the pace with them, you know, for a couple laps, and then that's cool.
That's very cool.
So that was nice for sure.
Couple more things, and then we're going to let you get out of here. What is a race that you really want to compete and haven't yet in?
For me, right off the bat, it's the 1,000. I've been to the 1,000. I've never had the ability of racing it as a driver. Mm-hmm. I would really like to do that and win it, you know, with my uncle and my dad one day. You've obviously raced a lot of thousands, but yeah, for me, that's the one race that I would love to do.
Yeah, I want to do something like that too out in Baja with my son, like a 500.
500 or 1,000. Those are my two favorites.
My brother Ernie said, like, if we get back together, he would want to do a 500. He says, we're going to win a 500 like Negrete boys, you know?
That's pretty cool.
So
Yeah, Ivan
That'd be
Esteban
pretty cool.
says, when are Larry's racing Baja 1000 in the 56? I'm in. I'm chasing.
let's do it.
Shout out to
Yeah,
Ivan.
we keep saying we want to do something like that now.
And then Dennis Hollenbach.
Dennis, what's up?
So pretty cool, man. It's really cool to see just, you know, the support you guys get that you have. And
Yeah, we have a lot of good people, a lot of good friends, man. And I'm sorry if we didn't mention a lot of people. I mean, we have so many good friends and family members, and it's just so many. But you know, everybody that has been with us or is around us, we love you guys and thank you guys, man, because you guys make the Negrete Boys. It's not just my family. Everybody that's been with us, everybody that has, you know, co-piloted, helped, you know, take a sticker off or on, you know, everybody pushing the car, everybody, man. Thank you guys. You guys are all Negrete Boys. So thank you. Thank you.
Hard to follow that up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave you with this, and it's and then we're gonna take care of some other little business. What do you have as a set goal for you for 2021 that you want to share with people? Kind of what's the plan for you for the future?
Honestly, I just want to motivate people to get out there and do it. You know, I hear you talk about that every other week, you know, just inspiring people to get out there and do it. That's really what it comes down to, and just get involved, you know, and have fun. That's what my goal is, you know, just to get more people involved, help in any way that I can, and just race and represent the people that are helping me. And I want everybody to grow. You know, we're all family, and it's a big racing family, and I'm just really excited to be a part of EMPI, and you know, I want to keep it going. That's what my goal is. I don't know.
Yeah, like I told you, son, like you hang out with good people and good things happen. And then if you're good, you know, yeah, I mean, what else can we do? Like I said, it's God's plan. So, you know, whatever he has in store. And I want to thank you, Corey.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's an honor. It's an honor to share a pit with you guys. It's been a blessing to get to know you, to share some good stories already, a little ribbon, a little razzing.
Yeah.
But it's all in good fun, and to be elbow deep on some new projects that we're going to remember for the rest of our lives. It's going to be a lot of fun. So keep doing what you're doing. We're lucky to have you guys as part of the EMPI racing team, much like every single person on this team that we have is awesome. I won't let you forget to tell them happy birthday to somebody.
Mi tia Eva, she's 102 years old today. And we just want to say happy birthday, and we love her. Yeah, 102. She's my grandpa's sister. And
I want to shout out to your pops, man. Shout out to the champ.
Yeah,
that dude was awesome. Great to meet him, and just the full vibrance of life.
Original Negrete boy. Him and my uncle Archie, man. But yeah, my dad's he loves that, man. He's had 2 heart attacks. He's had a stroke, and he won't leave his boys behind, man. He's there. Now he's there for his grandkids, you know. So it's awesome. It's awesome to have my pops there and my uncle Archie. It's awesome.
Give him a little insight. So like, and I know we said we're going to close out. I think it's really important to just touch on that. I mean, you know, with your dad's health that's gone on and everything that's gone on, you know, I love the story how you tell him, like, look, he lives in TJ, but like we can flick our lights.
Oh, yeah.
And then the dude, like 75 years old, hops in his little car and motors across the border to drive 6 hours.
Yeah. That's a great story. The backyard thing.
Yeah.
So we live in San Isidro, which is a border town. And my grandpa lives in Tijuana. And from my dad's backyard, he can basically flash a light to my grandpa and they can see each other. That's how close we live. I mean,
like I look up on the hill and you can see his light flashing, and then I can flash my light.
And it's crazy.
And he's across the border, man. Two countries, but you know,
it's one passion, man. So
La Colonia Alemán, Tijuana. That's like my home, my second home. You know.
Well, I can't wait to share many more adventures with you guys as our families become more intertwined, and the things that we're doing both on and off the track. From my family to you guys, welcome aboard. I'm super stoked for what we're gonna do in the future. You know, there's so much going on. There's so much planned for 2021. I get giddy, dude. Like, it's like, dude, I got King of the Hammers, you know, and it's like, then we got the Mint 400. To have all of our group together, and everybody brings something special, man. And it's a lot of damn fun. People ask me, "Oh, you guys doing this, you know that?" It's different, man. It's a different vibe around that camp, and everybody that's involved. You know, thank you guys for lending a hand. Thank you for your mom, your wife to cook. And
my wife Lorena.
everybody has a role, man. Everybody plays it, and nobody's got too big of an ego or anything else, man. And it's, you know, we're the personalities and sometimes the perception of Wilkie and all these different things. It's all bitching, right? And everybody's just doing their thing, and it's been really, really cool to see and share. So, dude, thank you guys so much for all of it.
Thank you.
Last chance to shout out anything else before we wrap up some business.
Just
fire away.
Everybody be safe. Everybody be happy. You know, I don't know what you want to say.
We gotta go back to the shop and finish those 11 cards.
Yeah, we gotta go finish those King of the Hammer
ticking.
Class 11s. But no, I just want to say thank you to Corey and all the team. I think we got a killer bunch of people out here, and I'm really excited for what the future holds. You know, and thank you for kicking off his rookie career. You know, that's a big step. So I want to thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Corey.
No problem.
We really appreciate it, and none of us ever thought we would be in this position, and we really want to thank you for that.
Yeah. I'm glad to do it, man.
On behalf of my entire family.
Yeah,
glad to do it. Good people, and you get a break, and that's what happens. All of us need a break one time, and let's just ride this thing and enjoy it while we can. So, guys, I mean, what more can you say? I mean, Eddie, I don't even know where to begin, dude. What a cool episode.
Super cool.
I think it gives everybody a good, just a good taste of really what it's all about. It gives it a little different perspective, and it just goes to show, man, like you know, everybody's watching something, right? If you act like a friggin' jackass on social media and you know, you're not, you know, helping each other out, you're always being a douchebag, you're not doing the things you need to do, like, and then you want to ask for help, you're probably not going to get it.
Right.
Just by watching how they represented themselves was an attractant, right? It was like, hey man, maybe we could help them with just a little support, some parts. You know, it's a family run deal. You heard it himself. The dude's a bus mechanic. The mom drives him, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
What better way to help somebody get a leg up that's truly passionate about what they do, that's never complaining about anything, that's never MFing somebody, that's never, you know, even if it's just a bad luck day, it's still a good day because they were with their family,
right?
Doing what they love. That's what's appealing. So I've had a lot of questions come up, and it kind of just shifts gears, and I wanted to close out with it, right? We've had people asking, oh, how do I get sponsored? How do we do this? How do we do that? Have a plan, right? Represent yourself, what you're going to do for the company. And this will be shared a little bit more on the PRI, but really know what you're asking for. Know that we get asked questions every single day, multiple times a day, 10, 15, 20 emails a day. Don't just say, oh, you should support my build, or you should give me some parts to test for you. Do we got a team of engineers? I don't need you to test it. Okay.
Yeah.
Would we like to help you? Sure. There's opportunity, right? But it's just be smart, you know, be good to people, uplift one another, and be infectious about what you're trying to do, and have a plan. And we'll get into, you know, we'll get into more of that as it comes. It's one of the episodes. It's probably the most requested. I am going to have, Cameron Foray come in and sit down with us, and we'll probably talk about the marketing aspect of sponsorship proposals, how, what, and why. So stay tuned for that one in the coming weeks. Last couple things. I already see a bunch of comments. People already spotting things on the desk. So couple things. These are now available. I think that camera will probably pick it up best. There we go. Cover them up. New toys available. Well, these are 1/64 scale minibus. Very cool for a fast getaway. Old slogan from one of the early EMPI catalogs. Readily available. And then we also have the tandem bus. Another cool item. These are just now available, limited stock on hand. So when they're gone, guys, they're gone. Don't cry to your salespeople that you didn't get them because they're here. Part numbers are available, and limited number, like 40, 50. I mean, very limited numbers. So, and then lastly, we've had a bunch of different things, and great with the camera. So neck gaiters are available now. We do have, and for my thick friends, we do have regular size and medium husky. So, we did make some neck gaiters that are big guy friendly. So we have regular size and normal. We did make them in the EMPI racing team. So if you'd like to support the EMPI racing team and show the colors of what we're doing out there, we appreciate it. These are available also. We also did make some face masks. These are actually a really high quality face mask with an inner liner filter. Those are available as well, both in regular size and extra large. Also, we made some kid sizes in both of those, limited production. Just wanted to try it out, see if you guys like them. If you guys wanted to rock EMPI when you're out in the desert or you're out doing your daily biz, you guys maybe have seen some of that stuff. Yes, Darren, fat guy friendly. And then last thing, during the holiday season with everybody traveling and whatnot, we went and reached out and got to start working with Ogio. Got very high quality. I mean, obviously anybody that knows about bags and backpacks and travel luggage knows that Ogio is a standard. I mean, as far as premium quality goes, we do have these new backpacks available. Kind of just pitching a few things to show you guys what we did. This thing is got EMPI blue lining on the inside for your laptop, full padded and support. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff. Not cheap, but they're bitching. EMPI embroidery on the bag, and these are cool. And I encourage you to get one if you guys are a backpack guy, want a cool travel backpack or a little weekend getaway. Those would be it. It's pretty sweet. So wanted to take care of that. We talked about the episodes. Newest member, we talked about that. What else are we missing? We think we're good.
We are good.
Other than that, guys, we will be back next week. We'll be back next week. We'll be good after Christmas. Tag us on social media. Show us some of those cool Vita gifts that you've received, gifts you've given, stuff that you've created, some of your wish list. We'd love to see them. We'll be back next week, same time, same bad channel, I think they used to say. And 3:00. Let's talk about after Christmas specials. And I think we should talk about sponsorship next week if we can work it out with Cam. So that way you can put your proposals in now, start getting those cars ready, 9s, 516s, and those 11s for the More Racing Triple Crown Series, as well as the King of the Hammers coming out swinging and the Mint 400. We got a busy schedule ahead of us, guys. EMPI Insider, my Due Date Express. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week. See ya.
Hey,